rubbery. It's got a ball, like a round ball on one end, and then it's all one piece, but the rubbery bits are coming off into smaller rubbery ends, like really thin at the end. It's all rounded on the edges. There's no sharp or hard edges. There's two flat bases this side. You got the ball, the sphere, which comes down to a thin centre, almost like a pole shape in the middle. And it's got 4 rounded poles coming off that. 2 of them go into even smaller stubs at the end, so still rounded. And then the other 2 come into kind of a base, kind of a flat. Still rounded though, the only flat bit is the base. I'd say it's a symmetrical shape from each side. From one end you've got like a fabric tube, hole in it, and then you've got basically a larger tube for the centre, which then on the other end at the same side, exactly the same place but opposite, is another fabric tube. Well, they're both going diagonally off each other.
Which ones?
The 2 smaller tubes. The big one's flat base and a flat top. 2 tubes on the corners of the main base, I'd say. It's quite thick fabric, very hard, solid material as well. A square shape for the main piece. On the side of the squares is a small, really thin, kind of hard metal piece. It has a hole in the centre of it, and then you've got a kind of a triangular shape coming off that, much larger shape than the smaller piece. That also has a hole in it, and it's rounded on the edge. It's a triangle, it's kind of a triangle, it's rounded. The main square is indented with a smaller square shape. And the same on the back, but not as indented. And all the corners on the square are rounded as well. Another fabric one, got the main piece which is kind of built up of 2 kind of triangular shapes, elongated triangles that both join together from the middle into a rounded fabric piece holding them together. And then coming off that, from the middle of that, you have a long, thin fabric piece, which then becomes an even longer, thicker fabric piece. And then at the end there's a small, solid material, like a rounded clip on the edge of it. The triangles are folded into the centrepiece. It's rubbery and quite tough. It's hollow. 2 parts. On top you've got the kind of sphere shape. Not a perfect sphere, it's got bumps. A single bump on top of it. On the side of that it has 2 lumps. And then coming off the bauble at the top, on the bottom, connected directly to it. An odd shape. It's kind of got a flat base and rounded shape, but it's also got lumps. 3 sides. Well, the way I'm holding it, on the top bit you've got 2 lumps on the right side, and then if you move down to the body there's no lumps on that side. On the left side there is a lump, and then on the front and back there's also smaller lumps. It's 4 tubes all connected by small links, separated into 2 by a longer link. 2 tubes separated by a longer link connected to 2 tubes. They've all got a flat base which is round, and then on top they've all got lids which are circles which are larger than the bottoms of the tubes. On each side they've got bumps, bigger on the bumps are larger on the front than the back. The link holding them together is kind of a square tube.
Yeah.